Hello, everyone. Good evening. My name is Corey. Randy was my cousin, but he was so much more than a cousin to me. He was my brother, and he was my best friend. I'm just really thankful, and I'm just blessed to have been able to have him in my life and to experience every moment that I've ever shared with him. Some of you may know, some of you may not, but I have a very deep, passionate relationship with Jesus. And I was hoping that you guys wouldn't mind me sharing a moment to kind of relate Randy's life to a biblical story. Randy Randy's story is so similar to the story of Lazarus. And Lazarus was a friend of Jesus's. And not just Lazarus, but Lazarus, Mary, and Martha. And Lazarus was getting sick, just like Randy did. And Mary and Martha were Lazarus's sisters, just like Randy has some sisters. And they cared about him deeply. And just like Randy has brothers as well, I don't want to leave you guys out either. And they loved him so much. They loved Lazarus. They're very passionate, very concerned, very loving, always there for him. Just like Randy has some very loving siblings. Now Lazarus got sick, and Mary and Martha called on Jesus. And they called him because that was their friend. But not, he was so much more than a friend. They heard about him healing the sick, healing the blind, making 5,000 loaves out of two. Like they know these great things that he's done. And they said, well, come help him out because he's sick. You know, you've healed the sick before, heal him. You're really good at that. Go ahead and, you know, if you're real, if you do it, go ahead and heal him. And they asked him this, and Jesus was just chilling. For 2 days. He didn't show up. And they're like, well, we called on you. You said you're our friend, and you ain't show up. And Lazarus died. Just like Rambo has. And I just find myself today thinking, you know, why has this happened? I've prayed. I've talked to Jesus. Why didn't he show up, right? The truth is, he will show up. And he has shown up. He's shown up in Randy's life, and I've seen it, especially during his last days here. He showed up greatly and was deeply connected with him. And Randy accepted Christ as he was getting closer and closer to his last days. And I got to witness that, and I had the joy and the privilege to be able to sit and speak and share the gospel of Jesus Christ to Randy. And it was great. It was amazing. I loved it. And those are some of those cherished moments I'll have for the rest of my life. Now, what's really cool about the story of Lazarus is that Jesus showed up 4 days later after he had died. Mary and Martha are crying. Martha comes up to Jesus and she's like, if you would have shown up, he wouldn't be dead. And we kind of feel like that today. We're like, if you would have shown up, Randy would be alive. And Jesus looked at Martha and said, no, you don't understand. I am the resurrection and I am the life, and I have the authority to do so. Do you believe this? And Martha said, yeah, I believe it. Jesus walked up and called Lazarus out of his grave, and he came back to life. And he told them to undo his, because they hook you up when you pass away. He said, undo his robe and get him some clothes and some food and water. And I'm just telling you right now that beautiful day when Jesus comes, Randy will be there and he'll say the same thing. Get him some clothes, some food, and some water, because we're going to throw a party in heaven. And I'm going to celebrate with my faithful servants who accept me and who love me. And I believe that that's true. And I know one day we'll get to see Randy again. And Randy was a warrior. That's why his name's Rambo. He was a warrior. He didn't give up. I remember back in February when the doctor said he had 2 days. Randy lasted a month later. A warrior. I think that's what I'm going to leave you guys with today, that Randy was a warrior, but not only was he a warrior for us to be able to see and to be blessed to have in our lives, but he was a warrior for Christ. And I seen that the last few days of his life. He told me he wanted to get baptized. He told me that he quit smoking. He said, I'm done. I don't want to do anything. He said, I forgive everybody. He said, I forgive everybody. I remember he told me that, and he had tears in his eyes. He had tears in his eyes, and he was telling me, I forgive everyone. I accept the Lord Jesus into my heart. If he can forgive me, I forgive everyone else. And I don't want anyone to grieve when I'm gone. I am at peace. That's what he told me, and it was so hard to hear, but at the same time I was so joyful and so happy because I knew that he was at peace and he had peace of mind. So that's just something that I wanted to share with you guys today. I just want to let you guys know that I love you and that I'm so sorry for our family's loss. And our dear friend, Randy Rambo Ridenauer. But I'll tell you right now that day when Jesus does resurrect Randy, he'll get reins to his white horse and he will get the crown of life. And I know that I'll be there sitting right next to him. So until then, I'll be patiently awaiting my turn. With love and joy in my heart for each and every one of you who are here today to share the life of Randy and experience the love that he has had for you in your life. So I just want to say thank you for your time and God bless.